Hello and welcome to Vietnam and Me on FBNC. This is Khánh. As you know, COVID-19 affects everything so badly, from businesses to individuals. It's a good reminder for all of us this time to focus on our health and well-being and wellness as well. And today, my guest who's want to talk today, he's the leaders of a business brand who want to change the life of many people in Vietnam and improve the wellness of nearly 100 millions of Vietnamese people. So please welcome Dan Ford, the CEO of Fitness and Lifestyle Group that is operating about 7 brands such as California Fitness and Yoga Centers, Erie International, UFC, Yoga Plus, etc. And among those, California Fitness Yoga Centers is probably the most popular brand in Vietnam.
Absolutely.
How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
I really appreciate it.
Yep. COVID-19's the bad guy of 2020. We're still lucky to be in Vietnam, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd rather be here than any other country, for sure.
Yeah, but still, in terms of business effect, how would you deal with this situation?
Well, let me kind of change the narrative a little bit. I agree. COVID-19 has been a pandemic, and it has impacted a lot of lives in a negative way. It's taken lives. However, we have to look at it at a different angle. The angle that our team looks at it is COVID-19 has actually forced education on all the people in this country and actually all the people in this world. And it has now enabled everyone to realize that we need to value our health. We cannot buy a new car. I'm sorry, we can buy a new car, we can buy a new house, we can buy a new phone, but we cannot buy a new body. We cannot buy a new heart. What we have is what we have. So it's a little bit painful now, but actually long term, it will actually change the way that this world thinks about fitness and health and wellness.
But in details, how did COVID-19 affect your business?
Yep, so if you look at other businesses like hospitality, our cinema business, our F&B, it's impacted a lot. What we did is we knew that this would wake up the third revolution. What do I mean by the third revolution? There was the industrial revolution, there was the technology revolution with Google, Microsoft, Apple, and now it's the health and wellness revolution. And we knew that COVID-19 would expedite this new revolution that was approaching us. Really what happened post the lockdown, we immediately saw our business, our check-ins, the people that are coming in and exercising, increase pre-COVID by 20%. Really? And the months after the lockdown, so we locked down in April, then May, June, and July were the 3 biggest months in the history of our company. So we've been in Vietnam for 13 years. So people in Vietnam, they're like, okay, now it's time to take action. And they didn't want to do it at home because they were stuck at home already for so long. So they needed that social interaction, that social connection, but they needed a place that they can trust, that had high standards, that they knew that was being disinfected, and we were maintaining social distancing and checking temperatures, all these type of protocols, because we have international standards. And that's what happened. So, I feel bad for all these other industries that have been impacted, and I want to support those industries. But for our industry, it actually added rocket fuel to it. So we've been quite successful coming out of this lockdown.
So what would be some of the changes at your operations after the lockdown?
One, it's about having clear and transparent communication to our members. So if there's an F1 or an F2 case that is in the apartments above where we're operating a location, or in a mall next to where we're operating a location, we notify all of our members immediately. We shut down our location, we completely disinfect it, and we live stream the disinfecting of the club. And we communicate and we let our members know this is what's happened. These are the staff that had contact or close contact with this possible case. And so there's no guessing, and it builds trust with our members. The other thing, we're part of a larger international group, fitness and lifestyle group. So we take all the international standards from Australia, US, around the world, and we apply it here in Vietnam. So, from temperature checks to our team wearing masks, training. We doubled the headcount of our cleaners. We put disinfectant stations all over our clubs. All the yoga mats and exercise mats and functional areas have been cleaned like every 20 to 30 minutes. And even in our aircon system, we put a spray that actually kills all the bacteria like COVID and any of the other negative type of where viruses live, completely disinfects the air as well. So some people say we went overboard, but there's nothing more important to me than the safety of our team and the safety of our members. Yeah.
So that's the hygiene factors. How about the functionality factors, the products, the activities at your places?
We actually increased the volume of people coming into our clubs by 20%. So what we found we had to do is actually shorten our classes a little bit. So, you know, before, let's say if we had 40 people in one class, with social distancing, we knew that we only could have 20 or 25 people. So what we had to do was shorten the class, only allow 20 to 25 people, but add more classes. So it's like different innovating things like this that we had to do. We highly recommended that most of our members train with a personal trainer. It's very safe. They know exactly what they need to do to build their immune system, to build their cardiovascular system, all these type of things that help combat COVID-19. Another focus that we had was online content. So our mission is not only to serve the 250,000 members that we currently have, it's about how we can make the lives a little bit better and a little bit happier of the 96 million people in this country, right? And how do we do that? We do that with creative content that is educational, that we pump out on Facebook, we pump out on Instagram, on YouTube, on Zalo, on every channel, omni-channel type of strategy. And what we found during our lockdown when we set up a live stream studio is most of the people that were consuming the content were not even members.
So this is open to more public people, like not just the members.
Yes, exactly. And we found like in cities like Bumatut or you know, in Haiphong, where we don't have clubs, we had a lot of people consuming our content. And so that did a couple. For free? Yeah, for free. Yeah, so this is our idea, is like, we want to educate, so when we do open a club in Bumatut or in Haiphong, that these people know that we have great content, they can trust us, and then they'll join us and become our members. And that's how you reach these new, like, millennials coming up, right? It's video content, and that's how they consume information. And unfortunately, the fitness industry has always been quite archaic in their thinking. They just build the gym and you come in and you work out and you sweat. But it's a new game. It's a new game now.
It's a new normal now.
Yeah.
I'm curious about how people change their mindset and habit in terms of like healthy exercise or just wellness now comparing to before the COVID-19.
So I think people before, they looked at health and fitness as a sacrifice.
Okay, what do you mean by sacrifice?
So they're like, I have to give up something in order to go to the gym or something like that. And now they look at it as a integration. They're integrating it into their current life, and their return on that investment is going to be, you know, tenfold, 100-fold, whatever it might be. The World Health Organization, you need to work out or be active just 30 minutes every single day. So we have a saying that if you work out 1 hour, 3 days a week, that is literally 1.7% of your time. There's 168 hours in a week. So if you invest that 1.7%, you get more time, you get more energy, you get more vitality, your cognitive abilities go through the roof. So I believe that the Vietnamese now have changed their perception, and they believe that, okay, this can be integrated in my life and I don't have to sacrifice to be healthy.
Which is a wonderful thing for your business. So COVID-19, on the other side, on the positive side, is really changing the people mindset. And give them more motivation to go to gym and, you know, improve their wellness.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I'm going to jump to that part when you say you want to improve the life of not just the members of your club now, but all the life of millions of nearly 100 millions of Vietnamese people in the later part of the session. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So I guess the COVID-19 is changing everything, and like I like what Dan said before about the revolutions of wellness and the people mindset about fitness and improve the strength now to cope with the virus. So I'm gonna come back later with the session to talk about his dream of changing people's life in Vietnam. Hello, welcome back to Vietnam and Me with a conversation with Dan Ford, CEO of Fitness and Lifestyle Group, as he's operating about 7 brands in fitness and wellness in Vietnam, including California Fitness and Yoga Centers. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You said you want to change the life of Vietnamese people, not just your members now, but go beyond the gym, go beyond your health centers. What are some of the actual plan and activities?
Very good question.
Yeah.
And when I rolled that vision out to my team, I think a lot of them had some heart attacks because it's a big vision.
This is
number one, we have to work hand in hand with the government.
sure.
And we have to set international standards about activity, about nutrition, about prevention of diseases that are totally preventable, like diabetes.
Yeah.
With this, we can actually become a part of the conversation of the healthcare system.
Yeah.
So the healthcare system in the past has normally been about reactive care. You're sick and then you go to the hospital, you go see the doctor. So our business, the health and fitness and exercise and activity, this is preventative. So this is things or strategies that you can implement in your life so you don't have to go to the hospital and doctor and spend that money. So it's about getting out to the universities, it's about educating the youth. We know that right now there's an epidemic beyond, I think a lot worse than COVID-19, of early childhood obesity and early onset diabetes in these children. And what is the knock-on effect? What is the strain that will have on the economy and the healthcare system later on? So we have to put these standards and this education into the schools, into the hospitals, and into the community, working with the government. And then behind that, you create, very great content localized in Vietnamese, and you have to have something that has a little bit of a variety aspect to it. Yeah. So you have dance, you have running, you have HIIT training, you have yoga. There's so many different things that you can do. And again, it's about changing the mentality. You don't have to conquer your fitness goals in a month or a year. It's like climbing a mountain with no top. You'll never arrive, and you have to be okay with accepting progress over perfection. So we're just looking about step-by-step progress over time. So that's how we plan on reaching 96 million people's lives. And then behind that, everything is kind of wrapped up into a marketing campaign at the end of the day. So what we've done, we launched a new marketing campaign called Dream Makers. Yeah. So we created a landing page, a website, where anyone in Vietnam, women, children, men, doesn't matter the age, they can go on and log in and they can say, okay, I want this dream, I want a 6-pack, or maybe a woman says, I don't feel my husband gives me enough attention, so I want to be sexier, or something like that. So we open it up for everyone, not just our members. And then we have a team that sorts through all the dreams, and then we try to make as many of those dreams come true as possible. Yeah. And everyone on our team, we have 4,000, we call them family members, team members. And it doesn't matter if you're a cleaner, you're the CEO, or anyone in between, everyone is a dream maker. I actually changed my title to Chief Dream Officer, the CDO. So everyone has this kind of passion and this kind of, this vision, I need to make as many people's dreams come true as possible. And then what happens when you do that? You're actually impacting people's lives at such a cellular level, and you get massive amounts of fulfillment from that. So our team feels great about helping other people. So it's that idea of helping, you help more people achieve their dreams, and then somehow you're going to achieve your dream just by helping other people. And then we get everyone kind of on this mission together, and beautiful things happen.
Yeah. I want to talk about the habit of going to gym, do exercise of the Vietnamese people, because I want to hear your view on this. A lot of people, they sign up for gym, let's say membership, but they never keep up with that before it expires. They drop out at the, along the way.
Right.
Do you think what is the reason for that?
Well, let me shed some light on that. You know, the global average of, we call it just usage of membership per month is between 1 and 2 times a month. Like a member in the US or Europe or Canada or something like that. In Vietnam, we get 1.25 million check-ins a month, and we have 250,000 members. So that means that our members, on average, use their membership 5 times per month.
Okay.
So it's quite high. It's life.
Yep.
You know, life always happens, but what I see with Vietnamese specifically, they are dropping off less. Before it might be because they have a baby or they're super busy at work, or they some kind of family issues that might be happening, medical issues, something like that. But what we're seeing is, again, people aren't looking at working out of California, for instance, as a sacrifice. They're saying, okay, I have more stress in my life from work or family, I need to work out more. So this is the paradigm shift that the country is going into now. So we're seeing our check-ins increase. Like I said, pre-COVID, we were at, let's say, average per club around 800. Post-COVID, average per location, we're over 1,000 check-ins per day. So we see the mentality switching as we speak.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for sharing, and we'll come back after a short break.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to Vietnam and me. This is Quốc Khánh. We had a conversation with Dan Ford, the CEO of Fitness and Lifestyle Group. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So I'm curious about some of the exercise habit of Vietnamese people, the bad one, the bad habit that they need to quit in order to improve their health from your experience dealing with customers in Vietnam.
Well, I think it goes back to a little bit what we spoke about before, which was, the journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with a single step. And I believe that Prime Minister Phu put out a mandate saying that everyone in this country needs to get at least 10,000 steps per day. Now, to get 10,000 steps per day, you get that kind of normally. Maybe you have to walk the stairs instead of take the elevator. But it's that idea of just a little bit, just do a little bit more than what you did yesterday. And then over the course of a year, you're going to be in a completely different spot in terms of your health. What I believe fundamentally that Vietnamese need to change their thinking and their habits with is nutrition. So, you see fast food, you see these sugary drinks, you see this consumption, over-consumption of animal products, animal-based products, which lead to, heart disease and, again, cardiovascular disease, smoking and drinking, alcohol consumption. What they believe is that, okay, I need to stop it cold turkey, 100% I need to stop it. But that's not so. Maybe you just eat vegetarian 1 day a week, and then over the course of the year, that's 52 times better than if you didn't do anything at all. So it's the small changes and small shifts that you need to make to develop a long-term habit.
Yeah, if you go to gym often but you don't eat well, then it's gonna help.
Yeah, nutrition is 80%.
Nutrition.
Yeah.
And that's part of your educational activity as well, from your plan of the Dream Makers.
The Dream Makers is all around, nutrition. We can't, it comes down to sleep is super important. So not only how much sleep you're getting, but the quality of sleep that you're getting. Of course, the training and the exercise and activity. Nutrition is so important. What type of vitamins and minerals you're taking into your body. And please don't smoke. And if you do drink a little bit less.
Okay.
If you follow those things, then you're going to be well on your way.
It's a popular habit for the Vietnamese people, a lot of friends like that. I guess you have 7 brands now, and I guess many of the brands are top of mind right now. And really because you have been in the market for so long. But beside that pioneer factor, any other factor that help you stay competitive in this world right now? I mean, you have so many competitors coming up right now, especially with this trend of focusing on health and wellness. I guess there will be more players to joining the market.
Absolutely.
So what do you do to stay competitive beside the pioneer factor?
We shouldn't live in a scarcity type of mentality. We need to live in the abundance mentality. You know, a few years ago, there was only 20 million people living outside of poverty in Vietnam. And by 2025, there'll be over 40 million people. And in Asia, what happens is if we can get 5% of the people that are living outside of poverty to have some sort of fitness or wellness membership, that's 2 million people. And an average club can fit around 5,000 people. So that's literally 400 large-scale fitness centers that need to be built in Vietnam by 2025. So our question that we pose to ourselves is, how many Californias, how many UFCs is that going to be? And we have to focus internally. We can't worry about the competition coming in. And when I say competition, right now we have 60% market share. The close 60% market share. The closest competitor has 10% market share. And let me reiterate this is, for me personally, I don't know any other business. I don't know how to sell a car, sell an apartment, sell land, sell phones. All I know is fitness and health. It's all I've done since I was 17 years old. I don't want to be in any business unless it adds value to the health and wellness of the Vietnamese in this country.
Speaking of your past experience, like you just mentioned, how did it help? You worked in a business in the US before, right? For some years, and then you came back here and co-founded California.
So I don't like to admit it, but I've been in the industry for about 25 years. So you can do the math on how old I am. Yes, that shaped my personality because I always wanted to help people. So either I was going to be a doctor, and I realized, okay, that's more reactionary. I want to help people before they become sick, or like a firefighter type of thing. And then when I started in this industry, I realized immediately, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It was my calling, so I was quite lucky. Now, I was in the US for a few years, but in 2002, I moved to Asia. And that's really where I started to develop my leadership capabilities. I realized opening clubs in Hong Kong and Singapore and Malaysia that I needed to fit into the culture first. In order to influence people, you have to meet them where they're at. I can't expect you to come to me. I need to come to you, and then we go together. So it's about empathy, it's about listening, it's about caring. You know, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's super simple, right? And so I took all this knowledge about leading in Asia, and in 2007 when we opened up our first location in Vietnam, it was a blank canvas, so I could apply all that knowledge. So pretty much, it was my undergraduate in the US, and I got my MBA and PhD in Asia, and then I was able to apply it and use it in Vietnam.
Vietnam is relatively a young market comparing to other markets you've been to. Are there any development path or model that we can follow in terms of developing in this industry?
Sure, so we're lucky. I mean, in the US, the industry really started building momentum in the 70s. Australia also, which is where our big group is located, fitness and lifestyle group is located in Australia. So we're lucky we have these people now that have already, again, been down this path. They've seen how markets have developed from infancy to kind of mature markets. And you're right, Vietnam right now is still a toddler in terms of the fitness industry. And that's why I say, like, I don't want to be in any other industry except for this. I don't want to spread our team thin about, you know, selling houses or selling cars. The only thing we care about is providing fitness and wellness and value to people's lives in Vietnam. Because for the next 30 years, it's going to be an abundance of opportunity in our industry, in this country.
You are doing pretty good in big cities like Ho Chi Minh City and others, big ones. But how about expanding to other areas? Like you said, how many gym and how many California will you expand to?
So we have a few brands. We have the California, which is the bigger box, very large, 3,000 square meters. We just launched a smaller brand called Jet's 24-hour fitness. Wow. And it's about 500 to 700 square meters, so smaller, lower investment, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we can put those across the whole country. And we can open them in all the second tier and third tier cities. And the beautiful thing is, then we can monitor how those are doing, and if it's really successful, let's say in Vin City, we put the Jets brand there, then we can put a California in there later. So we run kind of a hub and spoke strategy. With Jets, I believe that we can open up 30 locations in the next 3 years, minimum. And with California, as malls develop and new locations open up for us, we'll be the first one to go in there. I would rather compete with ourselves than another competitor, like a Starbucks type of philosophy.
What is your target customer now, and what do you plan to expand that customers?
So we develop brands, like you said, we have 7 brands. So no matter where you are at in your life cycle, your own personal life cycle, whether you're a kid, right, we have Cali Kids. Whether you're a woman, we have Yoga Plus, which is 90% of the members are women. California is more mainstream, millennials, that type, 25 to 40 years old. We have our Centurion brand, which is the 40 and over, entrepreneur, executive, high-end type of gym, exclusivity, that type of stuff. Jet's 24-hour fitness is a little bit lower cost, lower investment to become a member. So no matter where you're at in your life cycle or economic life cycle, we have a brand or product that can help you, become healthier and happier.
You've been here for over 10 years, 13 years doing this fitness industry. What fascinates you the most about this country? What makes you stay?
The people. I love the culture here. I feel that Vietnamese, they're so hungry for knowledge. And what they are willing to sacrifice in order to achieve their outcomes in life. And beyond that, like, all the relationships I have with Vietnamese are fundamentally underpinned by kindness. Such a kind culture and inclusive. They want to bring people in. And I've been in, I've worked in 7 different countries across the world, and there's no way I'd be living in this country at all. My family's here, I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. But those 2 things are probably the most profound that I've noticed. Working here.
Sure. How do you forecast the growth of this industry, the fitness industry in Vietnam?
Like I said, by 2025, there's going to be over 40 million people living outside of poverty. And the penetration, if we can get that to 5%, that means we need to open up another, 350 locations in 5 years. So we're going to have our work cut out for us.
A lot of work to do.
Absolutely.
And besides that, also the educational activities and all the dream makers stuff that you're making for other people outside as well.
I'm going to have a busy year and a busy decade.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. Good luck.
Thank you so
much. And stay safe.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So that's the story and sharing from Dan Ford, CEO of Fitness and Lifestyle Group, that is operating about 7 brands in Vietnam, such as California Fitness and Yoga Center, Erie International, UFC, Yoga Plus, etc. And we see COVID-19 having a negative and positive impact on this business, because now is the golden time for all of us to focus on our health and wellness. And we are, as customers, we are all beneficial to what Dan is planning to do in the future, which is educating the public and providing educational contents on fitness and wellness to everyone and benefit all of us. So good luck, and hope to talk to you in the future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.